Good morning. It's 9:30. 9:30. Yeah. Well, what's wrong with that? It's my coffee. Julia. First cup of coffee. I put as much as I can into this mug. And it's really hot, right? Because this mug is reflective, right? So I can't put it in the microwave. So this is where the fresh coffee in the morning goes. Later on, when I have whatever's left, because there are 4 of us that sometimes have the coffee from the first pot, the only pot, it depends on who's having it and who's not, whether there is a second cup. Usually there is a second cup for me when I'm home. That's in my brown mug. And not in my Tim Hortons brown mug. I've gone back to my old, I guess it's a Corningworm or something mug. It's really nice. Brown with white on the inside. It's thinner than the Tim Hortons mug. It's more refined. It's not a cup, it is a mug, but I like it. And I like the brown better. Oh, there goes the lady with her dog. Sorry, I'm looking on my screen. I am working on my book. So the books that I'm working on, actually, this one not. So this is Canadian Oxford Picture Dictionary of Canadian Content Areas. These are the color pages, right? If I use those, I'll just photocopy them straight. But the ones that I am actually scanning in are the reproducible activity book pages. Someone's turning around in my driveway. So I'm scanning all those in. I'm certainly not going to use them all because some of them are bizarre and boring. But some of them are not. Hey, those are really interesting. I did all of them. Yeah, I scanned them all in, and I will use some of them. Some of them I will not. For example, what was it that I was looking at? Oh, some of these are really good. Like mollusks and crustaceans. I mean, I really don't teach mollusks and crustaceans to my students. But I'm not going to scan part of the book and not scan the rest. So just whatever. I'll scan it all, and if I ever need it, I can use it. Once they're scanned in, they're easy to print off and hand out, and it looks attractive. And it's not photocopied, you know? Photocopied with the edges wrong and all that stuff. No. So that's why I do it. And it gives me more awareness of what I have. I scan it, I look at it. Hopefully I can see it with my bad eyes. As Stephanie and I discussed yesterday, we both play the lottery. She doesn't play it that often, but I play it regularly because maybe I will never win it. That's fine. But as she agreed and said, what hope do we have for reaching any of our goals that we really want? Yeah, I can do my renovations, my improvements, but they take a long time and they're really hard. And yeah, Julia, it's not as easy as it could be. So we both play the lottery. Yes, Nana, Julia's up here with me. Yes, Julia, you object to Nana coming. I'm checking you out. Nana backs off. We went for a walk this morning. I'm trying to go for a walk every morning. I don't know what I'll do when I get back to school. But I really object to the little exercise that she gets. Which is why I don't have a dog, right? My cats, they can give themselves the exercise they need. They can race around this house like crazy. A dog doesn't do that. You can do that with a dog, but it's bigger and just not enough. She has a solid little body, you know, it is muscular. You guys can jump way higher, as evidenced by where you jump when there are no plants up there. Ellie was up. You're supposed to leave my license plate alone there. I have a Je suis Québécois license plate from Expo 67. I think that's from that one. I don't know. Hanging under my desk. But, you know, my plants are all outside. So Ella the other day, there she was on top of the cabinet. Whoa, what are you doing up there? Well, of course she would spend more time up there if she remembered that it was empty up there. That's why I have plants up there the rest of the year. So that the cats don't end up there. Because cats are everywhere. Otherwise, right, Julian? I will open the blinds more when there's less sun there. It would get way too warm in here and the air conditioning would have to work way too hard. Keeping the sun out. It felt cool out there when I first went out in the morning. So I put a t-shirt on before we went for our walk. But now I'm going, whoa. So I'm thinking sleeveless start later on. On the other hand, it may just be my coffee talking. Also keeping an eye on my son's solar watch. He also has a solar watch. I have a solar watch, which once a year, when I'm sitting out back in the sun, in the shade, I put the watch into the sun for an entire day, and that charges it. Not that it doesn't, that it needs that. It doesn't, because it charges with any light that you have. So I had my son's watch sitting here, charging with this light, which I need for when I'm here working on a computer. But I thought, hey, you know, sure that light's on anyway, but let's give it the full charge that it needs. He had it in a box, so it was absolutely stopped. And I said, you know, why not just keep it out? And he says, well, first of all, he has an Apple Watch, so he doesn't need this watch. Right? But, so yesterday when I said, well, why don't you sell it? He sold this telescope, and he's actually meeting up with the person today and giving it to them today. I said, why don't you sell your solar watch since you have your Apple Watch? He says, I don't want to do it. I like it. I said, okay, so dressy occasions, you can wear your solar watch and keep it in the light so that it's always running. Because it just needs any kind of daylight. It just can't be sitting in a box in the dark. Then it will not be running. It will not run. Yeah, so I'm scanning in my Canadian Oxford Picture Dictionary. Reproducible activity book. I use that for the reading and writing. More so for my afternoon class. So depending on what they choose and their needs analysis they're interested in, I will give them meetings. Now, there are some students in that class that just won't leave. And they're eventually going to get bored out of their skulls because I'm going to start hitting the same stuff. Because they're supposed to be moving along, right? This one guy, he's been with me the entire time I've been teaching that class, just because he likes it at that level, and his writing is atrocious, and he just knows it's never going to get any better. So I've been trying to keep things interesting and different, but there's only so much I can do. And why do I have to do that? Just because he doesn't learn, or... So basically, he's going to be bored, or he's just going to keep on being interested. And repeating is also good. So that's all right. I'm not going to object. It's his problem if he sticks around. Right, Julia? You stick around and you don't mind. Yeah, I mean, dogs are nice. I used to have dogs, but dogs are harder. Dogs need to be walked. Okay, they need to be walked. They have to be walked. They cannot just be left in the house, not exercising, let out to pee, and, you know, it's just not fair to the animal. So, I walk Nana whenever I get a chance. Okay, that coffee has really warmed me up. I'll see if I can cool down, because the air conditioning is cool and keeps the house at a nice temperature. But, yeah, I will cool down once the coffee wears off. Okay. Have a good day. Talk to you later.